Hello, it's November, and November is always for non-fiction. So I'm going to talk to you about some of the books I'm hoping to get to. But before we get into those, I just want to say that's the official non-fiction November readathon that a Book Olive used to host. She's decided to no longer do it. I think she's done it for so many years, she kind of feels she needed a break. However, I think, as far as I'm aware, there's been quite a few other other booktubers that have decided to pick up the mantle and doing their own thing. So that's what I'm going to do. I always had a plan to do non-fiction in November because I love non-fiction and I really must talk about it a bit more. There are quite a few here, so we're going to go through them quite quickly, but you'll get the general gist. The first two are these ones, and the first two are these ones, and we're going to talk about this one first. It's called England and Natural History. It's by John Lewis Stemple, and look at that gorgeous, gorgeous cover. Look at that deer, stag, whatever it is, it's amazing. And just looking at the books that also been written by this author, it's pretty prolific actually. So I might check out some of these. However, he goes around the country. Did I just spot a map? Did I just spot a map? Yes, I did. He goes around all these sites and he talks about the natural history in that area. And even the back is gorgeous. And honestly, I think that sounds fabulous. If there's any nearby where I live, then I'm definitely going to take a visit. Going to talk briefly about this one here because this is going to have a video all by itself. We've got two books here and they're two completely different books. So we're going to talk about this one here first. This one is recently published by David Suchet, and as you can see it says Agatha Christie. Travels with Agatha Christie. He has done a TV series about his travels, and obviously he's quite an avid photographer, black and white one, and he shows you all of his pictures and of all the different places that he goes to in Agatha's footsteps. So there is a TV series, as I said, and I went to see him live. It was gorgeous. I was like fangirling like you wouldn't know. It was, he even did a little bit of his Poirot voice and I nearly wet myself. Now we've got a book about Elizabeth. Now we've got this one here about Elizabeth Boleyn, The Life of the Mother of the Queen by Sophie Backus Waterman. It's not the thickest of books, but it's jam-packed with stuff. There's no illustrations. Let me check. No, it's plain and boring. I always like to check underneath just in case there's something rather lovely under there. I do love this sleeve. Reminds me very much of my thumbnail of the Tudor costumes I did from Wolf Hall in Tudor-Tember. If I remember in editing, I will link that down below. And yeah, it's very reminiscent of that. And I find that I have not read enough about Elizabeth herself. Now, she was born a Howard and actually married down, but she married for love rather than position. As you can tell, there's a bit of a theme going on, not because each book is quite different, and these are very different as well. We have a book about Vermeer and a book called Stonelands. we're going to do the Vermeer one first. Again, this is a pretty new publication. It's by Andrew Graham Dixon, and it's about, it says, A Little Life Lost and Found. I have been to Amsterdam to the Maurits House museum, and I've seen Vermeer's paintings and The Girl in the Pearl Earring, and I think this one I've seen as well. I was mesmerised, absolutely mesmerised. I have loved his works ever since I read Girl in the Pearl Earring, actually, and this does have illustrations. You probably can't tell when I'm flicking through it. Oh, there we go, there's a few. Apparently on the back it says this book is going to revolutionise the way you look about Vermeer painting. I do hope so. I'm very excited to get to this one. We have Stonelands by Fiona Robertson. I can't remember if I've shown this one. I've had it quite a while, actually. I bought this when I was in London with Candy, if I remember rightly. And it is all about, it says, a journey of darkness and light through Britain's ancient places, and talks about a lot of stone circles and all sorts. And of course it mentions Stonehenge. I have been to see Stonehenge a couple of times, and I wanted to read a bit more about those. Now the last two are these two, and they are of a similar vein because they're talking about churches and stained glass windows, so I feel they do kind of go together. Now this one is a stonemason's guide to churches of the British Isles, and as you know, I do love going round an old church. This is by Andrew Zeminski. The cover is rather delightful. It's got some gold bits in there. I don't know if the video picked it up at all. I found this in a charity shop. It's in rather lovely condition, and it's got some gorgeous end papers. And it breaks it down to the church exterior and the church interior. And I've not really looked into this, but I'm not sure if it mentions particular churches or... Oh look, we've got a rather lovely illustration there. So I'm very excited to get to this. And honestly, this probably will be a contender because I don't know if I can get through all of these, but yeah, let's put that up there. Now again, this is another one. This is called The King's Glass by Carola Hicks, and it's the story of Tudor power and secret art, and yeah, stained glass windows. This sounds rather fabulous. I did try to get this into my Tudor timber videos, but I just ran out of time. We have some wonderful illustrations in here, and I do love a beautiful stained glass window. So we have a stash here. As I said, they're all piles of possibilities. I do want to try and get through as many as possible, but I'm not going to rush because I want to enjoy them. Oh yeah, which ones to get to first? I'm going to want to get through them all, to be honest with you. Anyway, do you like my selection? Is there any here in particular you think, wow, that sounds great? Do let me know in the comments. And if you want to join me here in my own little private November, non-fiction November, then please do let me know what you're reading. And yeah, I will probably come back with a few non-fiction videos through the course of November, whether about these books or other ones. So yeah, stay tuned, and I will see you guys in my next one. Thanks for watching, and if you like what you saw, please do come back for more, and we'll see you soon. Bye.